Welcome back to another episode of the FC24 Chelsea Career Mode. We've been picking up points recently and our season is turning in our favour. About damned time, but it is going our way of late. We will be into the month of December today, approaching that January transfer window. Brighton, Manchester United and Everton, maybe Sheffield United as well. We'll wait and see how things go in today's episode. We're thinking, however, about the January transfer window. Now, as you guys know, I'm looking for a new, higher-rated goalkeeper. So I've got some options on my shortlist already from Twitch chat. Please let me know your feedback from the YouTube comment section as well. We've got Kuhn Castells, Mamadishvili, Martinez, Merritt, Providel, Karnaseki, Unai Simon, Diogo Costa, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale as he's out of favour at Arsenal at the moment, and Alex Ramiro as my go-tos at present. That's from live chat over on Twitch. If you guys on YouTube would like to add anything else to that, then do let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you to those of you that have been showing your support in the comment section so far. You'll notice on the LED board behind me, we're saying thank you to Nation6404, Evan Plays, and to Zishan as well today. So thank you for your continued support in the YouTube comment section. I appreciate it. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save and really helps the content, so I'd appreciate it. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do so, and you'll be able to join us every single day during the week. And of course, if you don't join me on stream already, come and join me there as well. The My Player continues on the second channel. All of the plugging is done. So now I'm going to go and try and put the ball in the back of Brighton's net if I possibly can. They're a good side in real life, but they're struggling in this save. We are not a good side in real life and are struggling in this save, but the tide is turning and our league position is getting higher and higher. And it may well be higher still if we can win at Stamford Bridge this time around. Brighton play the kick and rush play style. They've lost 3 straight games. I don't know. That's because they're not necessarily managing their squad very well. You'll notice Danny Welbeck starting up top, Buonanotte in at cam, but everybody else outfield, other than Adam Webster at centre-back, is pretty tired. So we may have to jump in and potentially alter their starting lineup for the first time in this save. We haven't done it so far in this particular career mode so far. Last year, obviously, we had to throw a couple of, well, almost every game actually, change the lineups of the opposition team because they were either starting players that were out of position or much too lowly rated for the 11. So far this season, we haven't seen too many issues, but this might be the first. They will probably have had a midweek European game, but they haven't actually reacted to that and thrown, say, Ansu Fati in for Solly March, or Igor in for Dunk, or Tarek Lamptey in for Joel Veltman. They have thrown Danny Welbeck in for Joao Pedro, which is good to see, but they're not necessarily reacting quite as well as they should do. So maybe I give them a helping hand here and throw some fitter players in. You'll have to let me know in the comments whether you think I should do that moving forward or whether we trust that they've fixed it and this is a conscious decision by the AI manager, Roberto De Zerbi, to play this team. If you want me to go in and manually change the opposition lineup, if things like this appear in the career mode moving forward, then let me know, and I will do. If you think I shouldn't, then let me know, and I won't. The way that you go about doing so, by the way, for those that were curious as to how I did it in previous years, you go in, you turn on a second controller. I'll just sign in as a one-time guest. You turn on a second controller, and then you quite simply just go to the selector side and effectively just add in as if there was another person in the room. Then you change the team. You actually have to load into the game and then turn the second controller off, and then the changes will be saved, and then you play against the AI again. If you turn the controller off before you load into the game, this was the case with 23, I don't know if it's the case with 24, I'm just presuming because I've not done this yet, then the changes will be reverted. So you need to go into the game before you turn that second controller off. Let's sort their lineup out, give them a helping hand, and then from there, you never know, they might actually be pretty damn decent. Into Mitoma, he's been very good in real life. Big fan of Mitoma personally, from his time at Brighton thus far. Just over the top of Reece James, but Chilwell will clear that and will try and get it away. Turns out the headed pass was actually more powerful than the clearance, but thankfully we've been able to spin with Raheem Sterling, and we could be in here. I've got the option of Enzo inside to then go, through the gap to Christopher Nkunku, and it would have been beautifully executed. Unfortunately, they're the ones that look like they might be beautifully executing an offensive move. And Mitoma won't score. Brighton always tended to end up with a fantastic team in career mode. They always hired very, very well in 23 and 22. Raheem Sterling's in here, though. Oh, and Verbrugge makes a very good save. We caught them on the break there. They committed a lot of bodies forward, Brighton. That was very dangerous from them to leave, quite so many men forward and only one back. We could easily have punished them for that. We very nearly did, and we still might, but Reece James, with his second headed effort, gets it over the bar this time. Win that. Well up, Leslie. Lovely header. I think that might have hit Reece James's hand. Indeed it did. Poor first touch from him. And Fati in the lineup for Brighton here. And his cross is not good, but my header's no better. And Mitoma, who had the opportunity to score earlier, might be doing so now. Instead, he's rattled it off the crossbar. So very nearly the opening goal for Brighton and Hove Albion here. But thankfully for me, the woodwork comes to my rescue. Thankfully for them, they've been able to keep bodies back this time and won't get caught on the counter. He says, as we catch them on the counter, and Enzo Fernandez is in. I maybe should have squared it. Should have squared it, shouldn't I? Enzo will take the corner instead. Reece James seems to be the go-to at the minute from set pieces, but he can't score a goal. No European football for us this season. At the minute, you'd say no European football for us next season either, but there's still a long way to go in the Premier League, and don't write us off from doing something remarkable with regards to comeback. Noni Madueke's got the pace to get in behind here. Gonna need support. It is arriving. Here is Enzo Fernandez! And Igor in the way. Good block. Can we please take the lead before half-time? Fernandez into the middle. This time it's Mitoma that clears it away. Noni underneath it. Do I try something crazy from distance? Yes, but it's not going to work. Sterling. Lovely sharp turn. There's not many players that catch Tariq Lamptey out for pace, and even Raheem Sterling can't do it because Tariq Lamptey's a bit blooming quick. Arsenal have scored in their game. Chilwell's picked up an injury there. It's the first time we've seen that happen in-game this year. Slightly different symbol on it now, obviously, with it being a new franchise. Igor's not going to be able to deal with Sterling's pace. And can I find Noni Madueke at the back post? Yes, but forced wide. In here is Leslie. Leslie tucks it back. Enzo with a shot. Igor with a desperate block. And then Nkunku, praising the mistake. Igor is an absolute beast at the back. What a player he's been for Brighton so far today. It's Reece James underneath this potentially again. Modere with the header. Sterling will recover eventually. And inside there is Noni Madueke, but I've got nowhere to go. Tilly's still carrying that knock, so we might need to take him off momentarily. DCRC will get this out of here to Reece James, and can we beat Estupinian to find a cross? I don't think so. Leslie. Noni. And Nkunku. Can we now? Verbruggen's making stop after stop here. Brighton walking a tightrope at the back. They are under real pressure. But I still can't score. Right, I'm going to take Chile off if he's genuinely hurt. Although he seems to be okay now. We'll throw Malo Gusto on anyway. Buonanotte. Fofana takes that away from Evan Ferguson. He's going to be a player that has a lot of people sign him this year. Will have great potential in game, and obviously a decent starting rating this season too. Leslie. Get that in there to Noni. Now, we don't have that tall target man in the starting lineup to look for. So crossing the ball in isn't really going to work for me. Enzo, finally! Igor beaten. Enzo holds him off. And at long last, we take the lead in this fixture. Stamford Bridge has been of late a really good place for us to pick up results. And it looks like we may well be doing so again here. Verbruggen finally breached at the back. Igor finally beaten in the midfield. Although if he'd have got a block on that, it would have been very typical of his performance so far. He tried his best to outstretch that leg, but Enzo Fernandez gets the better of him and the keeper, and we are in front at last. Ferguson into Solly March. Off the bench here for them. Ansu Fati started. Tariq Lamptey down the line here. Little back heel. Here is Fati, so March hasn't come on for Ansu. Leslie does brilliantly there. And Brighton just pushing too many men forward. Inexplicably terrible from them. Do I go for it with Enzo? No, I'm sorry. I have to make sure. Raheem Sterling gets crunched, but that's a second for Chelsea. Brighton commit too many men forward and just opened up. Well and truly. Sorry, not sorry. I don't care about sweating you. I need the points. Ansu Fati inside here to Solly March. Made a couple of changes. I say a couple. I've made 5 changes since that second goal went in. Evan Ferguson bumps off Levi Colwill. Here's Mitoma and Disasi in the way once more. Brilliant work from him. Mudrik's had minimal football to play so far this season, but look at the counter-attack again. Reece James is the man in behind. And Brighton just unnecessarily opening themselves up. That's the sort of thing that's been happening against me. It's nice for it actually to go in my favour for once. 3-0. Mitoma tackled by Disasi, and the final whistle sounds. A strong victory to start us off today. We began yesterday with a strong 4-1 defeat against Tottenham. Now we've had a 3-goal margin of victory this time around, and Brighton started well, but tactically shot themselves in the foot, tried to chase the game, and it didn't work for them, unfortunately. It works for us. 3 points on the board to kick us off today, but with Manchester United next, you get the feeling it's not going to be quite so simple in the second game today, do you? No Casemiro is probably the only positional thing that or player selection thing that I'd be concerned about there. So actually, I'm quite happy to leave Manchester United as they are then for this next fixture. They're playing a 4-3-3 attack with Bruno sat behind Rasmus Højlund. They are top of the table so far with 11 wins from their 14 games. So this, on paper, given form, should be our biggest test of the season so far. They play the wing play style as well, which is not something I believe we've played against before. So this is going to be really intriguing. Defensively, they should be pretty solid. Offensively, they will be dangerous with Anthony and Rashford causing problems. And if they need to throw on a defensive player, then you can't get much better than Casemiro. And if they need to throw on some midfield creativity, then Mason Mount in for Donny van der Beek is going to be a good move too. Obviously got Martial and Reguilon and Diogo Dalot on the bench as well if they need them. But Manchester United should be good enough to get a result against us here. I'll do the press conference momentarily. I can't seem to get morale to stay above content at the minute. With my lineup, Chilwell isn't injured longer term, so that's good news. And everybody else, after that game against Brighton, has absolutely earned the right to continue in the starting lineup. So we'll hopefully try and get morale back in the positive again. And fingers crossed, the more we get back-to-back victories, the more we will be able to keep the morale high. But things like that go without saying, really, don't they? Bruno, Donny van der Beek. He lives, he breathes, he plays for Manchester United. And Bruno, blocked by Disasi, falls to Rashford. Twice we got a block on it. Twice it fell to a red shirt. That, unfortunately, is something I can't really do much about. All I can do is throw myself in front of the ball and hope I get the rub of the green. We've not there. Blocked once, blocked twice. There you go, Marcus. Pop it in the bottom corner, pal. We should win that header. And Caicedo's done very well to do so. Enzo Fernandez into Raheem Sterling. Space to get into. And space here for Leslie. Uga Kukwu. It's easy for you to say. Leslie Uga Kukwu. Oh, man. I can't say his name quickly. Uga Kukwu. Uga Kukwu scores his first goal for Chelsea from 14 yards out. Chelsea equalise at Old Trafford. Manchester United split apart. He's Donny van der Beek into Bruno Fernandes. Rasmus, there's options out wide if he wants them. Plenty of red shirts forward here. Rashford tries to squeeze it. Takes it off the defender. Højlund, brilliant block by Disasi. Thought for a moment the ref was going to give a pen there when the camera seemed to zoom in a little, but it's an excellent block from the defender. Oh, that is terrible from Sterling, though. Such an easy 5-yard pass to play. He's kicked it straight at the Manchester United man. Here's Marcus Rashford. And now Højlund's in again, and Disasi can't get there. What a goal! Goalkeeper's got to be better if we're honest, but take nothing away from the strike. Edge of the box, perhaps even just outside. And Rasmus gives Manchester United their advantage back again. Yeah, just outside the box where it struck from. The keeper should do better at his near post, but it's pure shot power that sent it past him. We trail again at Old Trafford. 7 goals in 14 games for Rasmus so far. What a signing he's been for Manchester United in this save. Disasi, Chile. Ref. Is he in trouble here? It's a yellow card for Rasmus Højlund. Alright, chill, leave it. I wasn't trying to pass it where it went, actually. I was trying to go out left to Chilwell again. But crunched. He almost made contact before the slide animation even began. See, that was supposed to go here as well. Come on, game. Give me a bit of help with the passing, will you? Noni, good footwork, Noni. And Sterling through the gap, around the corner. Maybe he's got the legs to get around Tiro Malacia. He does not. Rasmus, a goal and yellow cards so far in this game then. Potentially at risk of getting sent off, but we'll wait and see if he curbs his offensive behaviour for now. Here's Anthony. Good pace. Tilly trying to deal with it. Can't deal with the turn though. Rashford again. He's got Rasmus with him. Højlund's well blocked. He's going to come out to Eriksson. And Anthony again. You know he's going to want to come back on his left or square it. He's done the cutback. And Bissaka, Van der Beek. Blocked off everyone and falls to Rashford. But thankfully for me, this time at least, the man in the red shirt that gets the lucky break is offside. Lino puts his flag up. I don't know how many times this season I'm going to get a block on a shot or pass and it falls to an opposition man. Once more there, but this time we don't get punished for it. Do I go out wide to Reece? I will. I'll dink it too. I'll get there ahead of Malacia. And the cross is decent. Martinez underneath it. Can we get to that with Noni? He's done well. Caicedo, Sterling out wide, quickly in looking for Enzo. Around the corner looking for Nkunku. He's in the box. Shot blocked well. It was a brilliant move. And unfortunately, it didn't fall free for me the way it has been falling free for them. But that might be a mistake by Tiro Malacia. And Raheem Sterling's in here. Can he finish? Alessandro Martinez gets the block in. It's blocked by Chilwell. Oh, I tried to get there for the second ball and couldn't. Chilly's positioned himself well there. And now, early ball around the corner. Sterling, use the pace. Use the pace. Martinez coming across. Sterling with a good turn. Sterling! No! Oh, I went, you know, as I thought it was going to find the bottom corner. But past the post it goes. Martial. Rashford. They got runners. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Finding Bruno. Rashford again, maybe. Bruno winds up for the power shot. And 3 times it falls back to them again. Thankfully, ultimately, the ball goes out. Mudryk coming on for me to try and add an injection of pace in these final few stages out wide. And maybe we can unlock the Manchester United's defence for a second time. They brought Diogo Dalot on as well. At left back, sorry. And he's been immediately rinsed. I think this looking for Nkunku, who will get there. Oh, what a save from Onana. Brilliant clearance away. Can Conor Gallagher challenge? He can't, but it's going to fall to Caicedo. Now here's Conor Gallagher looking for Nkunku. And I just can't quite keep the ball in my possession and under my spell, unfortunately. And it looks like Manchester United are going to get the victory at Old Trafford. Whilst we're winning games at Stamford Bridge, away from home, still not quite finding the answer to our defensive troubles, but certainly more competitive than we've been of late. And if it weren't for Man United's very, very lucky first goal with a deflection, maybe we could have gotten a point from that. If it weren't for the terrible clearance and lucky goal for Newcastle at the end of the last episode, maybe we could have had a win and not a point only there as well. So now we're putting in the performances, just not necessarily getting the luck of the draw. But we're so very nearly starting to turn into a Chelsea side that could fire themselves up the league table. Up next for us was Everton at home, I believe. Everton was certainly with a more defensive formation with a 4-1-4-1. Onana sat there holding Dele Alli into the starting lineup for them alongside Abdoulaye Doucouré, who's been rejuvenated at Everton of late. Jack Harrison on one wing, Dwight McNeil on the other, and Beto is actually a striker that's pretty damn decent. I do rate him in real life, and I expect him to be good in game as well and grow well in game too. Their form is a bit all over the place, but I can't really say much on that front, can I? They're playing the kick and rush play style, which traditionally has been something that we struggle against with balls over the top, but we'll wait and see if we can nullify that with just the one man up top. Provided McNeil and Harrison don't drive forward, we should be able to deal with that as best we possibly can. I'm going to have to make some changes myself for this next fixture. As you can see, some tired bodies in there as this one away from home comes not too long after the last one. And well, I would like to play in the alternate kit because my others are both blue, but I think Everton are going to have to play in their alternate kit here, unfortunately for them. And that'll be the way that we line up. I can't really do much more, I'm afraid, whilst we still wait for that Chelsea third kit to be added into the game. But I'll go and make some tactical changes with my team management, and then I will see you at Goodison Park. Chile down the line to Raheem Sterling. We made some changes to my starting lineup for this one. So Nico Jackson starts up top here. He's been begging for some football, so we'll give him some. Hopefully, he can actually earn the chance to maybe play again. Enzo Fernandez has gone down hurt there. Lavia gets the start. So does Badiashile and Levi Colwill. Hoping that having made... And Malo Gusto, actually, as you can see here. Hoping that having made so many changes, mainly for stamina reasons more so than anything else, we don't have a bit of a disjointed performance. Mudryk starts on the right-hand side as well. Enzo is still down, and he's going to have to come off here. We've just got Caicedo back from a 3-month injury. And now my highest-rated, best-playing, best-performing central midfielder is going to have to come off hurt after 9 minutes at Goodison Park and may well be out for a considerable time. Caicedo will come in, and I'm probably going to have to immediately switch to the 4-3-3 defensive. 4-3-3 defend, because I, quite frankly, don't want Caicedo to only get a -1 as a centre mid. So, it's frustrating, but we'll deal with it. Still 0-0. McNeil. Into Abdoulaye Doucouré. He's overrun that, but I just couldn't quite get there. Failed him in the process of trying to get to it. And now here's Jack Harrison. Former Leeds man. We will be doing a Leeds career mode later in the year, but for the time being, it's Harrison trying to get in the box, and Badiashile wins that header well. Mudryk's up, but it hit a hand. And it hit his hand, and Seamus Coleman tucked this back here to Abdoulaye Doucouré. And Dele Alli with the effort off the inside the post, and Malo Gusto's clearance is absolutely awful. Oh, and it very nearly cost me a goal. How bad was that clearance? Corner to come in then from Dele Alli on this near side. Nearly 3 bars worth of power. It's relatively powerful, but Badiashile is also relatively powerful in aerial battles. Beto back to Dwight McNeil. Doucouré turns in the box. Dwight McNeil again. Doucouré again. Harrison. You're waiting for them to find that killer ball. There it is. McNeil. I think that hit Petrovic in the bloody chin. Uppercut from a football. Still Everton press. Still it's 0-0. Get rid of this, please. I just hit Badiashile. Harrison under control. Colwill in the way. Tarkowski now. Scored a goal for Everton in their win at the weekend. In real life, Harrison's in now. Oh, my lord. Everton couldn't have come closer to scoring a goal there. I had the chance, really, to do anything yet, Nico Jackson, but we might be able to play him in now. He kind of backed away a little bit. Made a good initial run, and then backed away. Jackson from the edge of the box. Kind of proving why we haven't been playing Nico Jackson so far. You can see how frustrated he is on the pitch with his reaction to the shot, but honestly, I'm kind of doing the same mentally in the office as well. Sterling consoling him here, saying, look, keep it up, lad, and maybe it will finally fall your way. I hope for his sake it does, otherwise it's not going to get much more football for me. And Caicedo's broken free of his man. He'll find Mykhailo Mudryk. Mudryk looking for Nico Jackson. Can this time he do something better? Sterling. Leslie. Nico Jackson backs in. Gets the shot away, but it's well blocked by James Tarkowski. That's better from us. The majority of the action was at this end of the pitch in the first half. So far, it's the same in the second. Leslie gets to that first to see the man on the edge of the box. Can I find Mudryk here? Yes, fortuitously. Nice change of pace. We need to look for some support. Back into Leslie. And Jackson! His first goal for Chelsea Football Club this season comes at Goodison Park in the 59th minute. Nico Jackson comes good. We are in front away from home. Sterling and Lavia. Look at the run from Jackson. Look at the challenge from Mikalenko. Jeez, he threw himself into that, didn't he? Christ, Danjuma off the bench here. Didn't get the start because he was a little bit fatigued. Still fit enough to maybe do something off the bench. Dele Alli with the effort. Petrovic with the save. Had runners there he could have used instead. Dele, a little bit selfish to go for goal, but you can understand why he did in the position he was in. Takes the corner himself. Danjuma wins the header. And Augusto's clearance this time is much better than it was in the first half. Andre Gomez stronger than Raheem Sterling though. Andre Anana. Dele Alli in the box again. And tame effort this time around. Corner for Everton. Danjuma with the delivery. And away please Malo. Good header. Raheem should win the foot race and does so. And I need to ensure that we keep possession here. Might be a case of rather than looking for a second to kill it, just ensuring that we don't concede. Mudryk. Just keep possession, lads. Just keep possession. We'll see this through. Bit of gamesmanship. Bit of match game management. And we should ensure that we get the 3 points. And in the position we are in the league, I don't mind doing this. Feels a little bit cheap, perhaps. But you've got to sometimes. You've got to do what you've got to do. Seamus Coleman with a wonderful interception there, and then a terrible pass on the end of it. It's kind of ruined his own good work there, and Kunku sweeping that out wide. Again, Seamus Coleman steps in, and this time does find a teammate. Harrison gets past Moises Caicedo, and Malo Gusto should have the pace to deal with that, but he's not got the feet and agility and balance to deal with a change of position from Jack Harrison, but Levi Colwill does very well, and that will be the final whistle. Get in! Another victory for Chelsea Football Club today. Continually, our recovery marches on and picks up speed. Nico Jackson, the man called upon to make the difference today, and it was a very important introduction and impact on the game from him to hopefully get us into the top half, maybe. The very top clubs are certainly getting away. That just said that Enzo Fernandez is out for a couple of months, which is manageable. When you see him go down and hold his knee, you worry that you're going to get that 7-monther. But it did just say there in the question, just the 2. Fingers are crossed. Fingers are very much crossed that it is only the 2, and it's not a mistake from the interviewer. It is 2 months with a dislocated shoulder. He seemed to be holding his knee. So I'm surprised that it's his shoulder, but everyone other than Conor Gallagher so far that's come in that central midfield spot has actually performed. But I don't have any other out-and-out centre mids that I can throw in there other than Chukwuemeka, who just quite frankly isn't good enough to go into that starting lineup. So through fortune rather than effort and performance, Conor Gallagher is going to be back in the starting lineup. We are not quite into the top half, but only on goal difference against the team we just beat, Everton. We sit behind on 19 points, but there's a big jump from 7th and up, isn't there? Only 4 points behind Crystal Palace, but we're a full 12 points behind Manchester City. I think at the moment our best chance of European football next season is probably via an FA Cup win, and we should get actually the draw for that FA Cup 3rd round very soon. In fact, we have had it there. Look, we've got Watford in the FA Cup 3rd round at home. That is absolutely a winnable game. Sheffield United, Wolves, Crystal Palace and Luton on the way tomorrow. Oh, I'll sim Sheffield United. We've seen enough of Sheffield United on the channel recently with the saves we did at the end of FIFA 23. So let's sim Sheffield United at the end of today's episode and see if we can't maybe get another improvement in our league position to the match day. Who are they going to be playing in their team? They're playing 5-3-2, which was the formation that we played. They're on standard. Davies, Osborne, Trusty, Ahmed Hozic, Egan Bogle, Harmer, Slimani, Vinny Souza, McBurney, Archer. Seems to make sense. I'm not sure about Davies in goal over Fotheringham, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They lost 4 in a row, at least, but they won their last game, so they will be high on morale. And we should be back to full strength and full fitness, and indeed we are. Full strength, of course, other than the injuries we've just picked up. So we'll sim with our strongest possible side. Maybe should have put Robert Sanchez in goal ahead of Petrovic for the higher overall rating. But we'll see what we can do here against Sheffield United. And what we can do, hopefully, is keep what has been good home form recently going and pick up another victory. Kunku forward to Noni. Out wide to the left back, Chilwell. Down the line there into Conor Gallagher. Here's Raheem Sterling. Into the middle. This is building well. Oh, brilliant turn by Nkunku. What a goal! Fakes one way, spins back the other and buries it. Christopher Nkunku is the best player in this team this season. And I wouldn't say it's by a margin, because certainly Raheem Sterling has had a very good season as well, but definitely Nkunku is our biggest goal threat now. The switching formation has really worked. Unfortunately, we can't keep Sheffield United out, though. We've switched off at the back, and Cameron Archer, who scored a lot of goals for me in the Sheffield United save a few weeks ago, has now proven that he still can score goals with, what is it, 1 shot apiece? Our only shot, only their second. It's 1-1 at half-time. Ollie McBurney adds a second for Sheffield United, a goal either side at half-time, and we're on the back foot now. We had bodies back there, but didn't deal with it. And that home form I was talking about, making Stamford Bridge a fortress, is maybe going to be crumbled here by Sheffield United. Really poor from us so far in this game. Barely any chances. And conceding at the back, this feels like the Chelsea of old, not the Chelsea of new. Oh, God, it's 3-1. We are going to lose. Our recent progress has taken a step back there. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but it's better than 1 step forward and 2 steps back, which is what we had been doing at the beginning of the season. We dropped to 12th for now. I think with the league table as it is, barring a remarkable second half of the season turnaround, we're going to aim for 7th in the league and an FA Cup win. That's going to be my plan for the rest of the season. Tomorrow, we start with Wolves. Then it's Crystal Palace and Luton. They are 3 winnable games, especially with the way that I've been playing of late. Someone on stream wanted to see what Jonathan Rowe was like. There you go, Kieran. There are his stats. He's not bad, but he's not great. But is disappointed not to have played. I apologise, sir. That's kind of ruined Christmas, hasn't it? Join me on Boxing Day where we shall play Wolverhampton. No, that's the next fixture on the 23rd. Join me on the 23rd then. Boxing Day was Palace then, wasn't it? It has almost ruined Christmas. We can still gift ourselves a bit of a present if we can beat Wolves. Join me for the next one tomorrow. Let me know your feedback in the comments with regards to that goalkeeping position. And if there's anything else you think I can do with the money that I might well be able to raise in January, then let me know. But I think anything else we do might have to wait until the summer when we can kind of get players like Lukaku back and then sell them on for a hefty fee. Right now, though, that's going to be all for us today. Appreciate your support. Thank you to those on the LED screen. Keep your comments coming in, and it could be you next time out. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, join me on Twitch and the second channel, and I'll see you next time.